Alright, welcome back to Drone Pilot Moonshine. I had bought some fruit to make my version of hummingbird cake moonshine. So basically hummingbird cake, I didn't know what it was. I heard somebody talking about it. I said, ooh, what's in that? And they had told me bananas, pineapples, and then sugar and eggs, regular cake mix stuff. So I said, I'm gonna make my version of hummingbird moonshine and hummingbird cake moonshine. So I got bananas, pineapples, and sugar. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. Everything looks like they got ripe. I got lucky; they got ripe about the same time I purchased everything. The same day from the big box store. Let's see if I can cut myself. And I was worried about the bananas getting ripe sooner than the pineapples, but the pineapples, they look like they're golden now. So they were green. You guys seen them in different video on that. So figured I'd cut this stuff up. And I'm not sure about cutting it up, but the bananas need cutting up or not. But let's get a bucket and throw this stuff peeled in. And we can just throw the bananas in here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put 3 bunches of bananas in each, along with 3 pineapples. See what kind of flavor that gives us. I thought bananas and pineapple would be really good. The pineapple and watermelon that I made on my last video turned out really good. I was happy with that. I'm debating whether or not, because I still have my corn moonshine, corn, just regular corn and corn barley, which tastes really good. I have them in the barrels right now, so I'm waiting. They're on the 3rd month. Oops, don't put that in there. Got in the wrong bucket there. So it's coming up on 4 months, and I'll be taking that out because 4 months is equal to a year on that. I was debating whether I want to actually put the pineapple watermelon in the barrel, because it's already, I mean, it tastes good. So I don't know that I'm not sure I'm going to put it in the barrel yet. I haven't decided. Maybe after I do a proofing video and proof it and see what it tastes like once it's proofed down, because I still have it in all the jars over here. And so maybe once I proof it down, I'll decide on that. So stay tuned for the proofing video. I haven't done it yet, but plan to. I hope these bananas, I've never done bananas. I hope these things break down. Or they could just float in these chunks. I don't know. We'll find out on that. So, but I think it'll be an interesting flavor. I like bananas and I like pineapple, so that's why I chose the so-called hummingbird. I don't know if I can call it a hummingbird cake moonshine or just the hummingbird ingredients on that, but we'll figure that out. But basically, yeah, it's just bananas and pineapple. I think it'll be really good. Down, I don't know, you guys comment, you ever done bananas on that? Do they break down or do they just turn brown and fall apart once the air hits them? I don't know. So that'll be interesting to see what happens. But these are just about perfect on that. I guess I want more of the flavor. If I wasn't adding sugar to it, then I'd probably let them get a lot more brown. I am just dying to cut myself. I know I am. Hang on a second. Let me get Get my scissors here. Thought that knife was sharper. Dogs right here. Let's see. Okay. Yes, Loki. Which he likes bananas. Likes carrots. Giving them both, and well, pretty much you put anything in front of him, he'll probably try and eat it. My wife's giving him cucumbers. She likes. Huh. So I think this will be really good. What I'm going to do is, like I say, I got all the bananas, so I'm going to put about 9-10 pounds of sugar in each after I'm done with that. Go ahead. And then we'll go ahead and do it. Let me pause you guys. Let me get this last banana in, and then I'll pause you guys while I do this. Come back when I get to the pineapples. Hang on a second. Okay, so that's all the bananas in there. Quite a few bananas in this batch. So let's start on the pineapples. Let's see how. Not too bad. And smells good. Love the smell of pineapple. Do you have any pineapple scented candles? Probably in Hawaii they do, I would assume. That'd be, yeah, these pineapples are very sweet. I was debating, so you know, when you buy, let's go ahead and do it. When you buy pineapples, you know, you always get them in the can. Let's taste this. And the center's always cut out of them, so I was wondering, ooh, that center's tough. Yeah, that's okay. So I think I will just, so I just cut out the center, just did squares of it. Let's see, the dog eat some pineapple. See if he eats everything else. I should Google that and make sure pineapples are good for dogs. Unlike grapes or what have you. Grapes and raisins. I think most fruit is okay for dogs. If he likes that, maybe I'll let him chew on the whole thing. Thought it'd be a little more, I mean, as yellow as they are, be a little more juicier, but that's okay. We'll get her going either way. So it's still cooling down at night. I was debating whether or not to use the the aquarium heaters, like today it's only supposed to get like 74 on that, but it cools down to like 40, 50 degrees at night. And of course I got it set up in the garage, so I mean, not that big of a deal if it stops. You actually eat that, or? As long as it starts back up, I'm talking about the mash, once I put the yeast in and stuff. I don't care that it may take a little longer. Because like when you do the aquarium heaters, at least for me, it was taking less time because they ran during the fermenting process went all night instead of like stopping when it cooled down. And I didn't think it would, but it seemed to, because the yeast generates its own heat. So unless it gets fairly cool at night, it should run. Now that it's, I'm thinking this through the mind. So that should be pretty good. Now I'm going to pause you guys. Let me pause you guys here in a minute. Let's see if we can cut this up. All right, hang on a second. All right, so there's our pineapple and bananas mixture of hummingbird ingredients, hummingbird cake ingredients, all mixed up. So I'm going to add some water and add some sugar to it, and we'll keep it going. So hang on. I'm going to move things around to heat up the water. Hang on a second. All right, let's go ahead and heat up some water. Get this thing. So I added, well, you guys can't see, but I added a gallon of water to the pineapple and move you over here. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a gallon. Clear, you guys can't see that. Oh well. Anyway, so I've added a gallon to that. Now we're going to go ahead and heat up some water to melt the sugar. So I threw 2 gallons in these buckets. And make sure that's open. Let's see if we can burn my mustache off. Up. Go from there. I cut up all the bananas, all the pineapple. I thought for sure because usually the bananas turn brown right away. I was surprised, but it didn't. Haven't turned brown yet. So I just threw the water in because I wanted some cool water in there when I after I heat this up. Probably would help if I poured some water in here. So just heating up a bucket. There we go. That's 2 gallons. I just measured it. I bought these buckets that are for measuring anyway. So, and then we'll probably end up adding, I would think, 3 gallons of water is not going to fill up those 7-gallon carboys, but you never know. There's good 2 gallon of fruit there, plus a gallon of water. So we'll see. But let's get this heated up. We're just heating water. Get this going. All right, hang on. Alright, that's getting hot to the touch. I don't need it boiling to melt the sugar, so let's turn that off. That's gonna be 10 pounds of sugar and 2 gallons of water are going to be very syrupy. Time it's done. We'll see if that's enough to just pour it all in and start stirring it. And where's my stirring spoon? Alright. Hot's definitely hot. I did turn that off, right? So, alright, I thought it was going to be a little more slurrier, but I think I'll have to melt. Which, I just don't need it boiling. That's all. I mean, it melts quick, but a cup of tea hot is plenty. Don't need. Of course, usually you boil the water for you. So that made no sense. Never mind that. We'll get her. As soon as I don't show any more, I show a little bit of crystals in there. I figured it was gonna. But by the time it was mixed up, it'd be like you were making rock candy or something. That really, I guess, syrupy stuff. But that is about mixed up. I don't see any more crystals in there. I'll show you guys. Good stir on it. It still looks foggy-ish, but it's pretty much cooked. Let me show you. See if we can show you without dropping you in it. On that. So once that settles, that'll probably be plenty, and then I'll pour it in there and let that sit. See if I can get you guys back somewhat same position there. All right, let's see. Definitely sugar water in there. All right. This is probably hot. Hang on a second. Let me get some gloves and stuff. All right, let's get this poured in there. It's not too bad. I should be able to get it without making too big of a mess here. Oop. Live. May have been a little, I probably could have let it cool a little longer, but all right. See how hot is that? Oh, that's not bad. Where's my, I had a wet towel around here. Where did I put that? The jar is going to be very sticky. So that's why I was debating on how many gallons of water, because you can see 3 gallons of water filled that 7-gallon carboy up quite a bit. All right, let's get this moved off to the side. Get the next one in here. I'll have to. This thing, I don't know if I'm on camera anymore because I adjusted it to pour into the thing. Like this. pause you guys. So I put 2 more gallons of water in here. Let's see what water it takes. Shouldn't take much. I just want to top. That's probably plenty. Where's my measuring? That took about a half gallon. I don't want to fill it up any more than that. So we put fruit in, then 3.5 gallons. That topped that right off. 3.5 gallons of water in there, and there we got a full quart boy. And stir this, and then I'm gonna keep going out of camera. Sorry about that, guys. Let's get this kind of stirred up. I bought this. You guys had watched the previous video. I used to stir it with a metal spoon. Ended up breaking one of these carboys, so there we go. I poured the water in here, didn't I? Yeah. Okay, there we go. That's in there. That's not hot yet. This is. That's room temperature. All right. Hang on. All right, let's turn this off. It's pretty warm. Burn my finger if I wanted it to. Turn that off. Okay, let's put the next bag of sugar in. For the next barrel. Yeah, let's stir that. Yeah, after I started pouring it into that one, I got a little worried that it might have been too warm. That's not too bad. This one I may have left, because it as soon as I pour the sugar in, it cools right down. The sugar dissipates the heat. What are we doing for crystals? Still a few crystals in there. I want to stir it up some more. I just want to make sure it's melted. Still see some crystals on the spoon. Not too bad though. Pot's hot, but that's cool. It's still warm, but it's not piping hot. It's gonna take a little bit to break down the. That looks like they're all. I don't see any more crystals in there. All I do is I just take a spoonful and then pour it off, and usually I can see crystals left on the shiny spoon, but I think we're good. Let's go ahead and need to get the gloves on because the pot is hot. Get this other one over here, and then we can wrap this up. Okay, there we go. Question is, are you guys in the shot? Or am I in the shot, I should say? I am not. Okay, where are we at? Let's move it back a little bit. Okay, there we go. Now you guys can see me for it. Ah. Should really get my big funnel. I got a big funnel so I don't spill, and I always think I'm better than that, and end up spilling. I don't see any crystals left in there, so we did pretty good. And before I go ahead and top this off with a little bit of water I got here. There we go. That'll be pretty good. So this is going to be, well, let me add the yeast. Hang on. Get this. Hold on a second. All right, let's get this thing wrapped up and get this. So this stuff I've been using, it's just bread yeast. I picked up like a 3-pound block at the big box store, and it's been producing pretty good. So forget that distiller yeast and stuff. This stuff works just fine for me. Everything tastes okay. It seems to be producing. I guess I could one day do a jar to jar comparison. There's probably one on the, but yeah, this is just the, so this is a tablespoon. This ought to be plenty. Get that thing going. But this is just a smidgen of it. I got another quart jar full of this stuff in the house. This I've just left out here. I have a wooden spoon here. No more metal spoons in the glass. We're done with that. Only wood. Stir that up. Get that. Hopefully, I may put on, just to see if we get bubbles. I haven't used them in a while, my little bubblers go on here. We may put those on just to see if, make sure the yeast is working. I guess you can see it when you can tell. All right, that'll do it. This is my version of hummingbird cake. Pineapples and bananas is basically. I like both fruits, so I think it's going to taste really good. I know the watermelon pineapple came out real good. So we'll put a lid on, loosen that so we don't pop these things. And thank you for watching Drone Pilot Moonshine, and I'll keep you updated on this when we're getting ready to run the mash. On that, don't forget to subscribe and hit the thumbs up. Thank you.